Hey guys, it's been about a month and a half since I moved to the Bay Area, and it's that time again. As you know, if you watched my previous vlogs, I got Invisalign and I got it in New York, so I have to go back occasionally to kind of get that taken care of. And this time they have to do something more complicated than just giving me extra adjustment trays, and that's why I have to physically be back in New York. Not looking forward to the sweltering heat, not looking forward to that summer stench, but I am looking forward to soup dumplings and awesome noodles. Couple things I couldn't find here. Good morning. Sorry. Alright, here's what happened. I'm in Salt Lake City right now, and I've been here for about 6 hours. I'm stuck here. My flight was supposed to leave 2 hours ago, but there was not enough space on the flight, and they asked for volunteers to get off the plane, wait 3 hours to catch the next flight. So I did. And for my trouble, I got a $600 voucher, and that's awesome because I wasn't going to do anything tonight. I was going to get in and go to bed. So now I get in 3 hours later, and my entire flight is paid for. Plus, check it out. The entire airport I'm at right now is full of lures and Pokestops, so I'm just gonna walk around and just catch Pokemon. I just thought of the ultimate egg hatching method. I'm on this walkway and I'm just gonna go around and around in circles. Whenever something good happens, I always have it in the back of my head that something might go wrong. So today, like I said, I was in Salt Lake City, delay of 3 hours, got a $600 voucher from Delta, so figured it was going good. It is now 3:30 a.m. in New York City. I just landed because there's some craziness happening in JFK today. Some shooting that luckily wasn't any shooting, so I think part of the airport was shut down. We went all the way to Boston, so the flight is basically 4 hours late. Now, if I knew this was gonna happen, of course staying the extra hours was not worth it, but it is what it is. I got a jam-packed day tomorrow, so now all I want to do is get in a cab and go to my hotel. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. Oh, here we go. Home sweet home for the next couple nights. Wow, it's a lot bigger than what I typically expected a New York City hotel room to be. This is actually only my second time staying in a hotel here in New York City. First time, I think, was in 2004. I came here for work for like 2 days and I stayed in this hotel off Times Square. It was literally, I would think, half or a third the size of this. I think it was called the Paramount Hotel. This hotel is actually pretty big. Wait, holy crap, they let you open the window? Whoa, I mean, you don't get to open it all the way, but still. This is 8th Avenue and 48th Street. If you walk up about 10 more blocks, you get to Columbus Circle, and that's a really nice area over there. If you go to 53rd and 6th, there's some good halal carts. 32nd between 5th and 6th is Koreatown. So a lot of good places within reasonable walking distance. Good morning, New York City. My first time riding the New York subway in a while, and I'll tell you what, I don't miss it. Here, it's dirty, I saw the size of that cockroach, and I see it's no longer the Metro card, it's the City card. This bank is taking over the city. It's got the City bike, now you got the City train. And if you've never been to the New York subways before, let me be your guide. When you walk into the subways from the summer heat, you'll notice it's hotter down here. So if you're used to the nice air-conditioned subway platforms of Taiwan, Hong Kong, basically anywhere else in the world, welcome to subway hell. This is the 7 train. This is arguably the most unreliable train in all of New York City subway system. This train literally does not work on weekends. Every single weekend it's gonna break down or something happens. There's some complicated instructions about taking shuttles. So if you ever come visit New York City and your hotel is in Manhattan, I would not recommend taking this train to Flushing on weekends. This is the map of the New York City subway system. If it looks a little overwhelming and confusing, that's because it is. Not only is the subway map confusing because there's tons of trains, their service changes all the time, so some trains might be running on other tracks, and when they make announcements for the changes, you can't really understand them unless you speak conductor. Just finished dinner with my parents, now for some potted plant dessert. It's really awesome. 3 different types of ice cream under a chocolate cookie crumble dusting. The fresh fruit will be my healthy serving of fruit for today. It's around midnight and we have to go from here all the way to here. I don't recommend riding the New York subways late at night. Look at this, garbage everywhere. Stuck is if you're stuck on some random platform waiting for a train to come in the summer, sometimes you'll be waiting up to 30 minutes, an hour. I waited an hour and a half before. You guys remember how I said the 7 train is horrible on weekends, it changes service sporadically? Well, it's also bad at nights. I got on a train, before it gets to Manhattan, it just tells everybody, hey, this train isn't going to Manhattan anymore, so we gotta get off and get on another train. Remember when I told you guys there'd be times where you're just kind of waiting in the subway for God knows when the train will come in sweltering heat? That's happening to me right now. It's been half an hour since I came down here. A lot of these people were down here when I got here. So you can see I've been waiting here a while. This is the first time I actually saw someone use one of these help kiosk things, and this gentleman called to ask where the train was. Yay, heroes of the subway. It's supposed to be 2 minutes away. It's officially been over an hour now. I could have at least walked halfway to Manhattan using this time, and it would have been cooler. So far, looking around me and my fellow passengers, some of them gave up. Some of them went to get a cab. But these things are kind of new. They weren't here last time I was living in New York, and people have been calling, asking about the trains, and what they've been doing is hanging up on people. That's not good. This is a city service, not a telemarketing center. All right, the guy on the other side of this said it's 9 more minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, there is light at the end of this tunnel. It's not the train I was waiting for, but I'll take any train at this point. Oh, sweet God, the lovable kiss of the air conditioning. Back in my hotel room, let me tell you guys what transpired on that platform. Now, New York City is full of characters, and especially full of characters after 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. in this case. So on the platform, there was a guy who I swear looked like Dr. Fraser Crane, Mr. Kelsey Grammer himself. Also, while waiting for the train, I was sitting next to a lady who looked like she was traveling from out of town. She had suitcases with her. All of a sudden, this guy comes up and asks her for her autograph. And at this point, I'm thinking, who is this girl? Is she someone famous? Should I also be asking for her autograph? But then this guy let his true intentions show. Asking for her autograph was his pickup line. Now, I've seen girls get hit on by guys in front of me before, but never with like a sort of worked out, maybe rehearsed pickup line. So I was thinking, kudos to this guy. That's awesome. He gave it a shot. She said she had a boyfriend. So, hey, you know what? At least you tried. You got guts, man. But then this thing kind of got a little creepy. She said no, but he still stood there talking to her for the next, I think, half an hour. After which the girl literally picked up her suitcase and left the train platform to go catch a cab. I don't know if that was because the train was taking such a long time, or she literally tried to get away from him, or a combination of both. So as she was leaving, the guy asked for her Facebook, her, I think, Instagram. She said she didn't have either, which I think was a lie. But then the guy took out his leftover food and offered her an egg roll. Now, it's important for me to mention they were both white, because if he was white or any ethnicity and she was Asian, offering an Asian girl you see in the subway an leftover egg roll, that would be the most racist pickup line ever. So anyway, she leaves. Then the guy proceeds to look directly at me and asks me if I was an app developer, because apparently he has a brilliant idea and he was looking to partner with an app developer. Anyway, just another tale of strange people you meet on the subway at 2 a.m. in New York City. I'm still pretty wired. I'm still wide awake. I'm gonna go edit a couple videos and go to bed. Good night, everybody.